Hello, my beautiful African people. Welcome back to Here and Ride YouTube channel. Today we are talking about the recent anti-Chichiman and Chichuman bill that Ghana politicians have just passed through. And we're going to talk about the recent U.S. sanction on the leaders of or officials of Zimbabwe leaders. But we're going to start with this recent bill that got the untouchable community so livid. You know, Africa, some of the West are complaining in some places that in Africa they don't have democracy, but Ghana you have a democracy, and they use democratic means to pass this recent bill they passed, which means those representatives they listen to their constituents to know what they want, and they agree that they're gonna put up this bill. This is a democratic means they went through. It's not like somebody or a president wake up in the morning and said, "Oh, we want to make this law." This law is gotten through. This bill went through a democratic process. Well, I'm disappointed, just like some people else will be disappointed that UN is telling the Ghana government not to sign this bill into law. This is intervention in a democratic process, no matter how you see it, and this is inspired by ideology. Because when you look at the bill, some people heard about this bill, but they don't even read the bill and they see what the bill was about. Because these people, they don't care what you do in your bedrooms. You can do anything you want in your bedrooms, but they don't want you to, manifest this kind of attitude or lifestyle in public because of, maybe children. So the bill, when you look at it, he said that, they ban people for these people that have the alternative lifestyle from public display of their affection. And they ban people or groups from promoting this lifestyle. And just because of this, people walked up, these people that promote this agenda. They walked up because of this bill they passed it, but up to today, they haven't, the president have not signed this bill into law because some people went to Supreme Court in Ghana to challenge the bill. And the president said that he's going to wait to see what the Supreme Court of Ghana said on this. But this ideology and the sponsors of this type of ideology that are against this bill, they have a large pockets. They have big money behind this stuff, and they will try to find a weak link, maybe among the judges of the Supreme Court. They don't care. They can bribe them. I think so. They can bribe these people, to say no to this bill that the people have decided to put out there. And they went through democratic means. It's not authoritarian. Why can't they respect the will of the people? Because it's only in Africa that we got disrespect, especially from Democrats and Sleepy Joe. They don't. Sleepy Joe doesn't have a lot of respect for black people, because I see what he has done to the Jamaicans, and he has done to he have done to the other African countries, by trying to tell them what to do. This is wrong. You need to respect our people, because the only reason why we don't get much respect, maybe you think that Africa are poor, because you can't tell Chinese what to do, or even most of the Arab countries, you can't tell them what to do. And the only reason why you can't tell them what to do is because relatively they are rich. But because these people have seen that most African countries, they are rich in terms of natural resources, but poor otherwise. So some people that are trying to fight against this bill, they should relax, because it's what the people want. This is democratic process. If they really believe in democracy, but some of them doesn't believe in democracy. What they put, their number one agenda is their ideology first. What they do in bedroom. So let's move on to the Zimbabwe and the current sanction of the political leaders there. U.S. government, of which Sleepy Joe is the head of the government, have just placed sanctions on the government officials and the president of Zimbabwe. And they said that this sanction is because of corruption, that there's too much corruption in Zimbabwe. But even if, let's go with it, even if there's too much corruption in Zimbabwe, when have U.S. started fighting corruptions? I mean, when have they started fighting corruptions? Because they can't tell me they are fighting corruption where most of the politicians in Africa have mansions in U.S. And they know the only way they get this money to buy these mansions worth of millions of dollars is through embezzlement of public fund. The money meant for common good. But, they say it's for corruption, but the Zimbabwe government officials are saying the opposite. And they're saying that this sanction is kind of political interference that have been going on in Africa since the ages. That's true as well, because we know that the West always interfere in other people's affairs. They want to put their puppets in power. If you don't do what they want, they'll start causing trouble for you. And that's what the Zimbabwean government officials are saying. The U.S. are putting these sanctions because they want to interfere in their politics. The same thing when Mugabe was there. Mugabe, when he started, he was darling of the West until when he changed his mind and started being Africa first, and the West turned against him. They criticized him and they put sanctions on him. And this is the continuation of this sanction we see in Zimbabwe. And they said the sanction doesn't affect, they are not sanctioning the people of Zimbabwe, it's just the government official. But who gave you right to sanction them? And you said it's because of corruption, but And the sanction, when you read the stuff they said about it, they said they're going to seize some of their assets in America. But in the first place, why do you allow them to come to US to buy properties? And this is one thing with the African leaders or their relatives or their friends. They're there in Africa embezzling money, and they will come to West and buy properties. And if they stop doing what the West want, they can seize those properties. We have seen it. Even this Russian-Ukrainian war, we see that most Russians that maybe they have a link with Putin and they have properties in the West, most of them are seized now. But Africans, politicians that have not learned lesson, when they embezzle this money from public purse in Africa, they will come to West to buy houses. Because I don't know why they are doing this. Even if you embezzle the money in Africa, if you invest that money in Africa, it's relatively better than taking this money out of Africa and people are suffering. Because in Zimbabwe, people are suffering in Zimbabwe as I'm speaking to you. But the officials there are still having money to go to US and buy houses there. You see, it's not like I'm condoning that the Zimbabwean government officials are corrupt. No, they might be corrupt because I don't have any information. But the little information I have is that if they can buy houses in America, they are corrupt. And these sanctions, they sanction them. They try to seize some of those houses. So for them to be saying that it's political intervention, I believe so, is intervention, but them themselves are guilty as well, because what are you taking out resources from Africa? I'm bringing it to America to make them more richer, and people are suffering in Africa. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video and comment, because it helps us to reach more people. I'm your Bratan, as the Russian calls me, the Muda. Peace.